much for allowing us to present today the findings of our survey on public perceptions on hospital haemodynamic monitoring practice, a two-country survey across the UK and the United States. So why are we here? Well, patient experience and patient-reported outcomes are growing in importance. We all know that how we deliver care is vitally important to include the patient. But what really are patient opinions? How do we get accurate patient opinions? I think all of us know it's easy to access certain cohorts of our patients, but there are many groups that we find it really difficult to access. And this is actually something that other survey methodologies outside of healthcare, so for example in the market research space, have been handling for a very long time. And they typically use advanced online survey methods. So we've used a technology called random domain intercept technology. So if you've ever clicked a link on a website that's broken, doesn't get to you to the right place, or if you've mistyped a web address, this can get picked up by random domain intercept technology and offer those individuals the opportunity to complete a survey. This wasn't incentivized, people aren't getting paid to do this, it's just whether they choose to. So across the UK and the USA, we acquired 1,000 responses per country in pretty quick time actually, with 15 questions focusing on monitoring and communication around monitoring. So what did we find out? Well, first we found out we could get these people, and quickly. And you can actually see, if you look at the age group up here, that it's not just all young people. Actually, you are in the USA, the second largest group is this over 65 cohort. So we can access across the age range, and we can get some useful information. So we asked patients how important it is that clinicians share information during your hospital stay. The most common answer being very important, then somewhat important. Almost nobody says that information sharing isn't important. Now I'm afraid my head hides it here, but if this is talking about, do you want to know about the machines and monitors around your bed? And over 50% of people in both jurisdictions said they want to know everything about the monitors around their bed. Proportion after that only want a concerning issue notified to them, and very few don't want to know anything. And then if you give them that information, patients think it will improve how they manage their own health, with the most common answer being definitively yes, then probably yes, down to probably no, and finally to definitively no, a very small group. And that's matched across the jurisdictions. So this survey technology is not flawless. We don't know everything about these patients. We don't know their education level. We can't match to every demographic. But what we can say is that we get a lot of responses quickly. And actually, it may well represent a different population than traditional methods. The people that you can find willing to fill out your hospital survey after they've been discharged might not be the same people who click on random websites and then end up filling out a survey. And from this group, both across the UK and the US, we can see that the public, they want information and they want an explanation about their monitoring and about their care. And they think that will help them to manage their own care. So we suggest this as a starting point. Start from giving lots of information, and if patients don't want it, you can pare it back as you go through your process. But also, it's interesting to see there are some differences between the USA and UK, some of which you might expect, but overall the message is the same. This appears to be a consistent message, and we think this is a really interesting technique to explore.